What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts DanDaDaDan Momo-chan. And I don't know if you guys know, I absolutely love DanDaDan, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. It did win Anime of the Year of 2024 for a reason, and so yes, I'm super excited to talk about this one. I love me some Momo-chan. She's so adorable and funny and quirky, and I just love when she's on screen. So yeah, this one's gonna be a bit biased, but I am gonna try to make sure I highlight all of the flaws because I know for a fact that there is some. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started diving right into that sexy packaging. Now, the left side of the box, when it comes to the colors, is definitely giving me Jamaican colors, man, especially the green, yellow, black, and red. I think those are some theme colors from the opening. Either way, it's genius. You got the window where you can see the figure of her and all her adorable expressions. You've got her standing right there on the front with that signature smile, kind of an angry face right there. Her with her hand out right here. It says Momo right there, SH Figuarts. You've got this kind of flustered expression on the top. On the bottom, you've got her cracking up. And then, of course, on the back, you've got some more poses you can get the figure into, sort of, mostly the accessories, then a bunch of stuff at the bottom I can't read because I imported this figure. Now, without wasting any time, let's bust this queen out of the package. Straight out of the packaging, I'm going to go ahead and say, y'all, I love it. 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 Did I mention that I love Momo-chan? I'm pretty sure I did, but I said it again. Yo, I dig this thing, man. Look, I know I haven't, to be honest, all I did was pull this figure out of the packaging. I ain't even going to lie to y'all. I haven't even started posing it around or anything, man. But just the overall feel of this figure right out of the packaging is it, yo. One thing I do want to say is the plastic quality on this feels amazing. It doesn't feel like some of Tamashii Nation's cheaper figures that they make. And this one, I believe, is roughly around like 50, 60 bucks, and they still have some that they release for that price, and you get them in hand and the plastic just doesn't feel that good. This right here feels solid. It almost feels like Figma quality plastic, and that's something that I do praise Figma for. But oh man, I like this thing, y'all, not gonna lie. But I am gonna cover the details as we take a closer look at this because I'm about to start fanboying. Now, when it comes to her design, Tamashii Nations did no wrong here. As you guys can see, they got the hair completely accurate. She's got the long, almost like bob cut. It's tucked behind one ear where you can see she's got on her alien earrings, painted very nicely, by the way. The bangs that are kind of swept to the right side in the front, looking amazing. The eyes are painted on nicely. I love them, man. The brown just looks so good. Then she's got the smile that's kind of neutral, but it still complements her facial features. Then you've got the bow tie that isn't quite all the way tied up, but still looks nice. She's got the collared shirt on underneath. Very, very soft sculpt for the sweater here, which I think that is perfect because that's exactly how it looks. But you do got some sculpted wrinkles in there. Would have been cool if they added some shading, but because of the wrinkles, it's always going to look like it has some shading anyway, just based on how the light hits it. She's got her pretty short skirt here, but it's sculpted very nicely. All the wrinkles and everything are in there. Legs done very nice as well. Very, very good plastic. Again, I have to mention that. It just feels like a nice figure. The socks and everything done very well. All the way down to the shoes, man. She looks so damn good. Like, this is a very damn good looking figure, man. I love this. And then I forgot to mention the choker that she has on underneath here too, which is super cool. And then the hair at the back, how it kind of tucks to the right side. That's also dope. So yeah, very, 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 very good looking figure. I love it. Now, when it comes to the height on this figure, she does feel a little bit taller than the average female figure we get from Tamashii Nations. To the top of her head, as you guys can see, she is a little bit over 5.5 inches, almost 6 inches tall. And I know we're getting a powered up Okarun figure, and I think he's supposed to be really tall in that form. So, man, that's definitely going to be close to a 7-inch scale figure if the height on him is correct. Even the Figma looks like it's going to be pretty tall, but we'll see how she stacks up with some other female characters once we get to the size comparisons a little bit later on. Articulation wise, this is where I have to say some negative things about this figure, and it's kind of going to hurt me because I don't want to talk bad about this one, but I'm a reviewer. I got to be honest. She's not going to look up much because of the hair sculpt. That much is to be expected. She doesn't look down much either. They definitely could have done better on that. Her head is on this very huge double ball peg. So you would think that with this, it would be effective, but it's not, man. So yeah, that kind of sucks. They definitely needed to do better in that aspect. She gets a decent amount of tilt and turn, but even in that aspect, you're not going to get much because of her hair sculpt. So that is to be expected. She does look left, look right, all of that very well. Now be careful because this hair is this dark brown. The sweater is a pinkish color. I haven't had it happen, but I do feel like if you're not careful with this, you can get some paint scrapes from the hair onto the jacket or vice versa, and you don't want that, man. This is a good looking figure. You don't want to mess it up. So yeah, just be wary whenever you are articulating her at the head. The arms, oh no, I know that's not as much as they go up. Oh no, what she can't hit a full T pose? Oh no, so the arms are not that good, y'all. Wow. Wow, you can rotate them upward and it's still like, it feels very weird. And then you have to move this separate plastic piece back into place when you do that. Otherwise, it's going to look strange. But wow, I thought the arms would go up and out more than that. Yo, that kind of sucks, man. That kind of sucks. That's not it. She does have a swivel at the bicep when it comes to bringing her arms forward. She can pretty much bring them all the way in, so that's good. She can give Okarun a hug, so that's cool. Dang, man, I don't like the movement of the arms. That sucks really, really bad. The elbows are on a single joint with double jointed range. Because of how they're sculpted, you will get a little gapping in there, but it's not as bad as I've seen on some figures. The main thing that might bother some people is the discoloration, because this is definitely a much lighter pink right here. I don't know why they didn't keep it the same color, but it is what it is. That doesn't really bother me. But yeah, anyway, hands are on a tiny, tiny ball peg, which it works, so that's good. You will be able to move her hands around just fine. Only limitation coming from the sleeve. When it comes to the diaphragm joint, now this is where I expected the articulation to get bad, around the torso area, not the arms. But she leans forward and back. Oh no, is this scraping right here? Oh no, that's not it, bro. That's not he, bro. Wow, it just literally, I was so excited for this review, and man, now it just kind of just tanked real fast, yo. Yeah, so watch when you're articulating her at the torso, because this paint just scraped up. And the thing, I was saying that right here. Wow, that is insane, yo. She can rock to the side. I wouldn't even articulate her right here because that is a little disappointing. I'm definitely kind of want to get another one. I don't know if I'm going to do that though, because the problem's still going to exist. She doesn't really turn much or anything at the torso, so that kind of sucks. When it comes to the skirt piece, it is two pieces, as you guys can see, but it's a hard plastic, so it's not really going to help with articulation. She's going to kick forward about that much. You're not going to get any more. I don't want to go under the skirt. What is happening here? I think it's on a drop down, so it kicks back about that much. She does have a thigh swivel, so that's kind of cool. Man, hold on. Okay, yeah, it's a lot going on under here, and I'm not about to go under the skirt on this video. We're not doing that. Anyway, she does the splits about that much, so that's cool. Not much, though. At the knees are very ugly, yo. This was another thing I was expecting to be talked about in this video. These clamshell knees are so ugly. I really wish they would just stick with what Mafex does. It's not the best look for characters that have most of their leg out, but it's much better than this little clamshell piece here where you get this gappy piece sticking out. I don't like that. So yeah, hopefully Tamashii Nations will implement the Mafek style at some point in the future for characters that have knees like this. Sort of a swivel in there if you want to call it one. I don't think it is, but it works, so I guess. No swivel at the sock. Her foot goes down. Holy cow. Much more than I thought. That's probably the most impressive part of articulation we got here. Up about that much. And then they do have a swivel and toe hinge. So articulation-wise, it's not the best, yo. It's not the best. This is a figure you really are going to want to keep static for the most part, especially when it comes to the utilization of her torso. Now, I was really hoping that this figure wouldn't get any worse after doing the articulation, but sadly, I already knew that it was because the accessories are a tad bit lackluster. Not in terms of facial expressions. Thankfully, she comes with a neutral expression and a pair of fist hands right out of the packaging. Then she does come with this adorable, happy face, which I absolutely love. She comes with this facial expression where she's kind of looking to the side angrily. Then she has this kind of, you guys, I know what some of y'all are thinking, but this is... Watch the anime. You'll see when this happens. And then she does come with my favorite one, the laughing expression with the tears in her eyes. Yo, I really, really dig that. That is so awesome they threw that in. I love when she laughs. Yo, I get excited as well. Now, when it comes to hands, she comes with quite a few. She comes with, let me move her to the side a bit. One pointing finger, a peace sign hand, a pair of fist hands, a pair of palming hands, a pair of karate chop hands, and then a pair of holding hands, even though she doesn't come with anything to hold. I do really wish she would have came with some kind of effect for her abilities, but I don't know. Maybe they'll do some DLC or something at some point in the future, so we can get some added stuff with her. I would really, really love that. But we'll just have to see whenever we get other characters announced for this line. Please, Tamashii, give her some more accessories, yo. She already doesn't pose very well, so at least give us some cool accessories for her. Moving on to size comparisons, here she is standing next to an SH Figuarts Naruto Shippuden Sakura Haruno, an SH Figuarts One Piece Romance Dawn Nami, and of course a Jujutsu Kaisen Greatness Nobara Kugisaki. Next up, here she is standing next to a Jada Toy Street Fighter Chun-Li, a Kyoto Reveltech Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia Uraraka Ochiko, and then an SH Figuarts Spy Family Your Forger. Lastly, for some random extras, here she is standing next to a Jakks Pacific Sonic 3 movie, Sonic and Shadow 2-pack, Super Sonic. That was a lot to say. We've also got her standing next to the SH Figuarts Kaiju number 8, Hoshina, who I just reviewed. Go check that out if you haven't already. And then we've got her standing next to a Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Moon Knight. I had him out just because I was posing him around. And for those of you who don't know, I've been kicking butt with him in Marvel Rivals soloing versus. So yeah, go check that out. And also, had to do that for you guys real quick. Now, when it comes to my final thoughts on this, I'll go ahead and say it. As a figure, I absolutely love it. Now, of course, that's going to come from my own personal bias. But notice I said figure and not action figure, because as an action figure, that is where this thing is disappointing. And I say that because some of the curves that we've seen on this figure that are just bad, we've already seen Tamashii Nations fix in other figures, showcasing that we don't have to have these horrible points of articulation or spots where the articulation cuts are practically useless because the figure can't even use them to pose. Like, it's pretty bad when it comes to the legs. And I know with the SH Figuarts Sakura, I believe they gave us a soft skirt piece, and so she can move her legs just fine. And we've seen that on other female characters. Now, when it comes to the diaphragm joint, obviously she is wearing a sweater, so the lower half is going to be bigger than the upper half. They could have made it a very soft plastic and gotten around that if they had made the upper part of the body a harder plastic and then maybe sculpted things a little bit differently. Yo, this is an articulation issue that we shouldn't have. And then to add to that, the fact that there is paint chipping when you use the diaphragm joint, like that had to have been something that came up in the quality control department whenever they were getting ready to finalize this figure. Someone had to know that was an issue. And I know this isn't something that's just with my figure. This is going to be something that is universal when it comes to this figure overall. So that's pretty disappointing. And then the arms. Limited arm articulation. Yo, everything is there for this figure to have really good arm articulation. Like the sculpt work and everything looks done, maybe are done properly, but the engineering could have been done a little bit different. This is an issue that we've seen Tamashii Nations fix on countless figures, yo. This is one of them where they just kind of stepped back, yo. Like, this is a regress figure in my opinion, and I don't like the knees. I know this is what they go with. I really wish they would change that up, man. Just, they look fine static, but posed up, when you have them bent, they look so bad that you dang near don't even want to pose her with her knees bent. It's bad, yo. Like, they can fix that. I know some people might not like the Mafex design, but it works to help with the ugliness, especially when you have characters that have most of their legs out, yo. It's really, really ugly. So yeah, double jointed knees with the Mafex style, and that would make this so much better, man. Honestly, there's a ton of things that could have been better about this figure, and really, this is one I probably should rate like a 4 out of 10, but my love for the character is gonna... My bias, let me stop. It's a 4 out of 10, but my bias is going to make me rate it a 6. Like, it's a 6, and that's still bad. That's still bad. Actually, you know what? I'll do a 5. I'll do a 5. 5.5. We'll give it a 5.5. We'll stop right there. This figure is a 5.5. Now, I would say the only reason you should pick this up is if you're a fan of DanDaDan, which I think a lot of people are. Now, if you're one of those people that I'm going to wait for another company, I do see Figma making this one. I do see that happening. So if you want to wait on them, then by all means. They typically do good with their anime female characters. So crossing my fingers, they might not mess this one up. But either way, I'm going to get both regardless. And I'm definitely going to be keeping this one because I still really like this figure, despite the fact I can acknowledge how bad it is. And anyway, I'm rambling. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because that always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep all of my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye-bye.